Jake, would you lighten up?
Those damn test results.
That's all you care about, isn't it? The fact that Jamie almost discovered what is going on here doesn't bother you at all. What if it was Marley?
Jamie didn't find out, Vicky. Going to the hospital was a necessary risk.
No. We did not have to risk this at all.
I am tired of talking about this.
Yes, well, this test was totally unnecessary. After thinking things through clearly last night, I know this baby is Jamie's.
Oh, right, and I'm sorry. You have never doubted that for a minute, right?
I don't doubt it now.
What a difference a day makes, huh? What happened in one day, Vicky, to change your mind?
Well, for one, I looked at the sonogram.
I told you I don't give a damn about those pictures.
All right. What about the birth itself, then? Stephen was born too early to be your son.
Sorry, Vic. Babies are born early all the time.
You only hear what you want to hear. You're obsessed with my baby, fine, have it your way, but do not count on those test results saying that you're the father.
I do not count on anything.
No, you don't only count on it. You pray that it'll be true.
All right.
Now, you asked me to be honest. Why don't you try it yourself?
All right! I do want Stephen to be mine. Thought about it a lot. I like the idea.
And to hell with all the people it hurts, huh?
I'll just have to deal with that, Vicky. First, I want to find out if Stephen's my son.
Josie, you are not trash.
How would you know?
Don't talk to me like that. I am your mother.
You really had me fooled. But now everything makes perfect sense.
What makes sense?
All those times I asked you about your life, you just didn't have time, or you changed the subject.
Yes, I hid the truth. Can you blame me? I wanted a different life for you. I didn't want you to know that kind of shame.
So you made me feel shame in other ways.
What ways, baby?
Every time I wanted to have a good time, wear a short skirt, talk to a guy, you acted like I was wild.
Honey, I didn't want you to send the wrong kind of
you
signals.
about those parties, you made me feel so dirty.
Because I didn't want you to get in too deep, Josie. I needed to protect you.
Protect me? You called me a whore. But hey, I'm not the whore, Mama. You are.
Josie, I did what I thought was best
for you. Stop it! Don't you know that that's the worst thing of all?
I don't understand, baby. I don't.
You are such a hypocrite! You know, it's bad enough that you were what you were. But what's worse is that you walk around this farm like some Sunday school teacher. You know, I remember when you found Matt and I kissing. I remember how you yelled at me. And I remember how you lectured me when I got this ring.
Because I didn't want you to get involved too fast. I didn't want you to ruin your life.
Well, my life is ruined, Mama. And it's not because of Matthew. It's because of you.
No, Josie.
Mr. Jones?
Yeah. What can I, do for you?
I spoke to you earlier about Mitch Blake.
I got nothing to say to you.
But I only need some simple financial information.
Look, honey, I have never seen an accountant dress the way you do. And what are you, a PI?
I'm Mitch Blake's wife.
Where's the ring?
He hacked it to buy those plane tickets for him and his mistress.
Rocky Road, huh?
Yeah, the worst. You know, one time I caught him in a coat room with my best friend.
Guys get restless.
It was our wedding day.
No.
No, look, don't you worry. I'm filing for the big D, but this is why I need your help. You see, I know that he is trying to take every last dime we had and leave town with this latest fling of his, and I think that the judge should know about that, don't you?
Look, I don't get involved in my customers' business.
Business? We are not talking about business here. This is my life we're talking about.
All right. Take it easy. Look, like I told you on the phone, I was going to fly this guy and some broad down to Honduras.
Now, why the Honduras?
I overheard him say something about no extradition. I guess he was talking about being safely away from you. No offense.
Yeah. That creep will do anything to avoid alimony payments. Do you still have the flight plan?
I don't know. You know, it'll take a lot of time to go through all those records.
Oh, please. It would mean so much to me, and I'll help you look. Come on, what do you say?
And this was the card found on Jason Frame's body?
That's correct.
And it's addressed to a Noah Grady from Felicia, Gallant?
That's right. We later found out from the defendant that Mr. Grady was her stepfather.
I see. Detective Graham, would you read the message inside the card, please?
Merry Christmas, much love, Fanny.
And that's all?
That's all.
So the note contains no threats from Felicia Gallant to her stepfather?
No.
No hidden message, nor anything that might link her to Jason Frame?
No.
So the fact that the card was found on Jason Frame's body means really nothing, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is calling for a conclusion.
I'll rephrase the question, Your Honor. Detective Graham, do you have any evidence that the possession of that card would cause Felicia Gallant to shoot Jason Frame?
No, I do not.
No further questions.
Redirect.
Yes, Your Honor. Detective Graham, once the defendant was charged with the murder of Jason Frame, did she make a statement?
Yes, she did.
And was she advised of her rights before making this statement?
Yes, but she waived them.
Detective, do you recognize this tape?
Yes, it's the tape we made Miss Gallant's statement on.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would like to introduce this tape as Exhibit D and play it for our jury.
Objection, Your Honor. That tape was made while my client was under duress.
Your Honor, the testimony clearly states that Ms. Gallant waived her right to remain silent. She wanted to make the statement. Mr. Winthrop has no legal grounds for suppressing it.
I will allow the tape.
Jason Frame was renovating your apartment, isn't that right?
Yes. So he was around you a lot of the time. Some of that time your husband was out of town?
No, please, don't do this.
I have to ask. Was there anything between the two of you?
I tolerated Jason Frame. I have no idea how he felt about me.
You don't?
No, of course not.
He never came on to you?
Jason would come on to a dead mackerel. If you don't know that about him, then you just didn't know Jason. Why do you suppose he had a letter from your stepfather in his pocket when he died? It was a Christmas card.
Right, a Christmas card that was marked return to sender.
Why did Jason Frame have it? I don't know. He was nosy. How should I know why he had it? Why did he send the card back? Look, my stepfather was very religious. He didn't approve of my life. Did Jason Frame know about your relationship with your stepfather? Look, I don't know why Jason had that card. I don't know what he thought he was even going to do with it. I only know that I shot him by accident.
An accident. Detective Graham, how far away did Ms. Gallant claim she was when she shot Jason Frame?
Several feet.
And what does the ballistics report state?
That the victim was shot at point-blank range.
Quiet.
Thank you very much, Detective Graham. The state rests.
Mr. Winthrop, call your first witness.
Your Honor, I call Mitch Blake to the stand. Mr. Blake, would you please state your relationship to the defendant?
Felicia Gallant is my wife.
You live together?
Of course.
So you were well aware of the events in her life during the months leading up to her 40th birthday?
Yes, I was.
And what had been going on?
She was being harassed in a series of incidents.
Would you please describe these incidents?
Someone at the time, we didn't know who it was, for example, sent her a book with a very terrifying cover. On another occasion, she received a telephone call that she found very upsetting and disturbing because of a song that was being played to her. An article was done on Felicia's life, and a copy of that article was shredded and left outside of our door.
Did this someone ever confront your wife directly?
Yes, there was a confrontation one evening when Felicia was alone in the restaurant, several weeks later in a church, and finally on the evening of the shooting.
And were the police informed of these meetings?
Yes, they were initially, but they were unable to track anyone down.
I must object to this entire line of questioning. There is no proof that the witness has ever seen this man or that the man even exists.
Your Honor, if the court will grant me a chance to develop this line of questioning...
I'm inclined to indulge Mr. Winthrop for now. Continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I have just one moment, please, sir?
Cass, what are you doing? It sounds like you're making the jury believe that Derek is the murderer. I promised him I'd protect him if he went up and took the stand.
Stacy, what did you expect? I have to establish Felicia's state of mind here for that night, and that's what I'm doing. Mr. Blake, I'd like to turn to the night of the party, if I may. Did your wife tell you what happened in the Hall of Mirrors?
Yes. She said that she was followed into the hall by the man who had been terrorizing her. He was dressed as the circus strongman for the evening's party. She was terrified, and only then did she fire the gun.
So, from what you've told us, Mr. Blake, one might infer that Felicia was not out to get anyone that night, but rather it appears someone was out to get her.
You can't go in there.
But I have to. I have evidence.
I'm sorry, but rules...
Are meant to be broken, don't you think? I love a man in uniform.
What has happened to you?
It's really quite simple, Iris. I'm sick of living for revenge.
Amanda got to you, didn't she? That's it, isn't it?
No, she didn't get to me. She's not the woman that you made her out to be, and neither is Rachel. They're not selfish, and they're not users.
She tried to take my place with my father. Rachel murdered your mother. Have you forgotten that?
I'll never forget that.
Then why don't you do something?
I am. I'm going to leave Amanda alone, and so are you.
Is that a threat, Evan?
Iris, you've done a lot for me. But you remember that we do share a history.
And secrets. Lots of secrets that are better just between us.
Yes, and I'll be sure that I would never reveal you to Mac or Rachel, let alone let them know that you were the chief.
Good. Because I think it's very important that you remember that we sink or swim together. Now, don't forget that!
Iris, you're still here.
Oh, yes, I was just, filling Evan in on some business details. I just wanted to reassure him that everything was just the way it was.
Yes, well, Evan, I don't want you overwhelmed with business right now. You need your rest.
So I think Iris was just leaving.
Come on.
Yes. Well, bye-bye, Jamie, and bye-bye to you too, you brave big boy. Oh! Almost forgot. Good reading.
Is everything okay at Corey?
Oh, it's great.
How's everything in the real world?